Hi, I'm Terrence Scutberlet, manager on NCARB's examination team. And today I'm going to walk you through what you need to know before taking an online proctored ARE division with PSI. This video will cover what you'll need to test online, as well as some do's and don'ts for your appointment. When it comes to setting up your testing space, you'll want to consider the following: your immediate workspace and your testing environment. When we say workspace, we refer to the technology you'll use for testing and the immediate surroundings in which you'll place that technology. Let's start then by talking about the technology you need. You'll need a computer. You can use a desktop computer or laptop. You cannot use touchscreen monitors, including iPads, Chromebooks, and other tablets. You'll need a monitor. Your desktop or laptop should be connected to a 19-inch or larger external monitor with a minimum resolution of 1920 by 1080. You should not use your laptop monitor. Your laptop lid will need to be closed during your exam appointment. And since you'll be using a desktop or laptop with the lid closed, you'll also need an external keyboard and mouse. A mouse pad is acceptable, but optional. You'll need a webcam. During the exam check-in process, your proctor will ask to visually inspect you, your ID, and your surroundings. This means that your external webcam must have the ability to autofocus to allow the proctor to see your ID, and it must have the flexibility and cord length for you to lift the webcam and provide the proctor with a 360-degree view of your space, including under your desk and behind your monitor. You'll need an internet connection. Maintaining a stable internet connection during your exam is your responsibility. You should connect using an Ethernet cable, not Wi-Fi. And you'll need a minimum of 3 megabits per second of dedicated bandwidth. You should check your bandwidth and connection before your appointment, and there are many online tools that will give you the ability to do so. You should schedule your exam and test your connection at a time of day when other individuals will not be sharing your internet connection. As for where you'll set up your computer or closed laptop and all their peripherals, you'll need to place them on a hard surface, such as a desk or table. Then you'll have to clear everything from that surface that you won't need for testing. The only thing you'll want visible on your workspace is your technology. Other items like cell phones, handbags and wallets, headphones, earbuds or earplugs, pens or pencils, and snacks and beverages, as well as non-essential computer accessories like a printer, a docking station, or a second external monitor, should be removed prior to your appointment. Now, let's get into the requirements for your broader testing environment. There are 3 key things to look out for: privacy, visibility, and the organization of the room. Your testing space must be private and indoors. There can't be any people or pets in the room with you. And it must have doors that can be closed in order to minimize disruptions. If the room you're testing in has an entrance that does not have a door, then be sure to cover it with bed sheets or paper of some kind. If you have windows or glass partitions that either give you a view of other people or that give them a view of you, then you'll need to cover them in some way. And if you're not sure the windows provide the privacy required, we recommend covering them just to be safe. Your testing space should be uncluttered and free of both background noise and any other distractions. Remove any study materials, papers, or notes from the room before your test. If you have something like a large shelf, a television, a series of large bookcases, or other miscellaneous objects, you can cover them with a sheet or linen. Finally, check to make sure that the space you're testing in is well lit, so that the proctor has a clear view of you and your surroundings. We highly recommend that you take a free PSI test run to confirm your online testing setup meets environmental and technological requirements. This 30-minute appointment allows you to go through the exam check-in process, ensuring that you're ready to go on test day. You can schedule a test run through your NCARB record and try to take it far in advance of your exam appointment. That way, if you do end up finding a problem, you'll have an opportunity to address it. Now, let's talk about some do's and don'ts for test day. Do bring your ID. Before you start the exam and when you return from any breaks, you will be required to present proper identification to your proctor, like a driver's license, passport, or state ID. And remember, the first and last name on your ID must match the first and last name you use in your NCARB record. Don't wait until the last minute to launch your appointment. The amount of time it takes to complete the check-in process and begin testing can vary. Your system and environmental setup, your internet connection, and proctor availability during your appointment could all have an impact. On exam day, you're going to want to go to your NCARB record and launch your appointment 30 minutes before your appointment time. You'll need to download PSI's secure testing browser before each exam. If you log in later than 30 minutes after your scheduled appointment time, you may be required to forfeit your appointment and your test fee will not be refunded. Do adjust your microphone level before launch. You shouldn't be adjusting the volume or microphone level on your computer after launching your exam, so be sure to set them to a comfortable level before you start your appointment. Don't wear any large jewelry or accessories. Wearing jewelry of large size, such as watches and bracelets, is prohibited while taking the ARE. Any accessories you wear on exam day are subject to inspection. Do check your network and computer security settings. Prior to your exam, you'll want to adjust or disable the security settings on your computer, router, and those set up through your internet service provider. This will make sure that the secure testing browser will be able to launch your exam. Don't test unless you have administrative permissions on your computer. PSI's secure testing browser will identify any prohibited programs that may be open when you launch your exam. To close those programs, you'll need to have administrative permission. You'll also have to have administrative permission to make any changes to the security settings mentioned just a moment ago. Do be prepared to remove your eyeglasses. Eyeglasses are allowed while taking an ARE division, but you should be prepared to remove them for inspection at the beginning of the exam. Don't wait to report testing concerns. We hope you don't experience any issues while testing, but if you do, please reach out to NCARB's customer service team in writing within 15 days of your test. Do not wait until receiving your exam results. Lastly, remember that when you schedule an online proctored ARE appointment, you're taking full responsibility for setting up a testing environment that meets the technical and environmental requirements for the exam. If you have any doubts about whether you can meet NCARB's and PSI's online proctoring requirements, please consider testing in person at a physical test center. And don't forget, please consult NCARB's ARE 5.0 guidelines and PSI's online proctoring guide for ARE candidates. These resources outline all of the requirements you must meet when taking an online proctored appointment. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments or ask us on the ARE 5.0 community. Thank you.